The Rams and Matthew Stafford are talking about a new deal. Again. Another Asian import is trying to crack the Dodgers lineup, and I hate saying that because he's a human being, not a smartphone. And USC gets by with what they've added in the transfer portal. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. It's February 18th, 2025, back in Portland for work, where the snow has melted and the poo has been washed away. It's really quite lovely, for a minute anyway. We added a new subscriber to the Angeleno Familia last night. Thank you for getting in on the ground floor. We're going to do our best to keep you informed. And if you like being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, a quick look at the scoreboard. There were no games involving LA teams yesterday, but today, Minnesota is at UCLA at 7:30. This is a game worth watching because Mick Cronin, the coach, stands on the cusp of a career hallmark. Win tonight. He's the youngest guy ever to amass 500 coaching wins. Also, LAFC is at Colorado at 7. It's the first round of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. It is not win or go home. It's the first leg of that particular series. Now, let's get to the news. USA Today reported that the Rams and Matthew Stafford are not making much progress in updating his contract. According to The Athletic, the sides met before the Super Bowl for some punch and pie. The talks will resume at some point soon. Now, I bring this up to you because the following is going to be a fake deadline that nobody placed, but you're going to read about it a lot. March 12th. That is New Year's Day for the NFL, when they say everything kicks off all over again for the upcoming season. On that day, a $4 million roster bonus for Stafford is due. I'm calling it a fake deadline because the clickbait gossipers will claim that without a deal, Stafford is going to be sent out of town on the 12th. It's just $4 million. 4. It's not going to bankrupt anybody. You know, it's if you're talking about a kicker of like 25 million or something like that, yeah, I suppose I would hear that. 4 million. No. That is not a deadline. Now, as for the Rams, their concern, aside from the drama queen wife, is that they don't know Stafford's long-term status. How many years does he have left? How many years does he want to play? And oh, by the way, is this going to be a yearly drama, right? Because I don't need 6 consecutive seasons of that. I just saw the 6th season of Cobra Kai. Let me tell you, that quality went down like a rock pretty quick. Because the rest of the Rams roster is super young. They've made major steps, faster than most any of us could have possibly imagined. And those guys are going to eventually want raises from their rookie deals. Meanwhile, Stafford, again, he's asked for reworked deals in consecutive years. So at what point do his demands become intolerable compared to what the rest of this team, which is clearly on an upward trajectory, when do their demands become a little bit too onerous? And who wins out? The quarterback or the rest of a pretty young, damn good roster? Now, if you're buying into the possibility of a Stafford trade, and there's a long way to go before that should be considered, Sean McVay raved to people about how quickly backup Jimmy Garoppolo picked up the offense. But Garoppolo is also a free agent. So that's not your fallback plan just yet. Also, we have been pooping over here all over the Fox Sports talking head with the dad haircut and the khaki pants who keeps hyping up Stafford to New York and Aaron Rodgers to LA like a big switcheroo. Rodgers likes to play GM for teams he goes to. He is the LeBron James of the NFL, only without the LeBron James level of production. Snead doesn't want to go there. Another way that this could complicate things for the Rams is left tackle. Alaric Jackson, potential free agent. You might think about the franchise tag for the guy, right? But that would mean his pay would jump to $25 million. That would gobble up much of the Rams' $38 million in cap space. And by the way, $38 million, right? You got an offensive tackle to pay up. You want Stafford to get paid. Now all of a sudden the idea of trading Cooper Kupp away seems a lot more understandable, wouldn't you say? A lot of Rams stuff to talk about. Yesterday, we took a glimpse into the Dodgers' future. When do the prospects get their chance to shine? And obviously, we know it's not going to be mostly for a while. The Athletic has suggested that Ha-Seong Kim, he's not really a prospect, by the way. He didn't come up through the Dodgers minor league system. They signed him from Korea. The Athletic has suggested Kim would take the shortstop job on or before 2027. But right now, most media outlets are slotting him in as a second baseman. Now, he's already trying to make the adjustment to American baseball. According to the LA Daily News, Kim said there is a significant jump in terms of how hard major league pitchers throw. In the KBO, the average fastball topped 90 miles an hour for the first time since the league started tracking that stuff. The majors are 4 miles an hour faster. The average fastball. You get something in the mid to upper 80s in the major leagues, virtually every hitter is tattooing that against the wall, if not over. So yeah, those 4 miles an hour kind of matter. Now, I don't have any idea if that's going to keep Kim from starting regularly this season, even if he can't catch up yet. Dave Roberts said Kim, quote, can certainly win ball games with his defense alone, unquote. So, yeah, even if he's struggling, even if he winds up looking like Cesar is Torres from back in the day, Kim's going to get a lot of runway to try to prove himself. And by the way, for all the additions that the Dodgers made in the offseason, the payroll is estimated to only have gone up about $50 million. 3 cheers for deferred money. By the way, in case you've noticed that there's a change in my voice, yes, I am in fact looped out on NyQuil. So there's that. Also with the Dodgers, reliever Michael Kopech said he is not likely to open the season on the team. He describes forearm discomfort as nothing serious. Now, we've talked about this at length because the Dodgers would normally say, yeah, one of our pitchers has forearm tightness, and next thing you know, it turns out to be the ulnar collateral ligament that went snap, and the poor guy has to have Tommy John surgery. So whenever you hear forearm tightness, forearm stiffness, I'm starting to wonder if the guy goes under the knife again. Now, Kopech has had Tommy John surgery. He had it back in 2018. You would think he would have a pretty good idea of when he needs to go under the knife again. He's saying it's nothing serious. He's also undergone multiple MRI exams that showed no structural damage. The Trojans have added to their football front office with a lead scout. Logan Snead is going to be in. He is the son of Rams general manager Les Snead. Logan Snead is mostly going to focus on the transfer portal from the way it sounds. General manager Chad Bowden will not be a lone wolf because Snead is Bowden's 4th hire. The Trojans are actually trying to have a front office, something akin to what you would see in the NFL. Now, the transfer portal class that's coming into Heritage Hall has nothing to do with either Bowden or Snead. That's all Lincoln Riley. And yeah, the Trojans lost more than 20 players in the transfer portal. There was actually other teams lost more than 20 players, and they weren't even, they pulled out of their bowl game. USC, of course, went forward with it and won. But losing more than 20 people is a hit. 247sports.com reviewed the Big Ten transfer classes, and they think the Trojans filled needs despite all the players that they lost. Are they all impact players? No. But do they fill needs? Absolutely. USC, for example, added the best available defensive lineman in Keyshawn Silver. And then they went out and added the 14th best defensive lineman in Jamal Jarrett, and a top 10 offensive lineman in DJ Wingfield, who's probably going to be on the interior. Just speaking off the top of my head, I would think if USC has an issue on the offensive line for this upcoming year, you're probably looking at right tackle. Meanwhile, over at UCLA, 24/7 Sports likes what they did. We were forecasting a potential competition at quarterback, but this outlet is sold on Joey Aguilar, formerly of Appalachian State. But he's not even among the top 3 portal additions for the Bruins. For example, UCLA added Aguilar's former top receiver from Appalachian State in Caden Robinson. They like him a lot more. Moreover, Eugene Brooks ranks high among interior offensive linemen, and they appear to have added a decent pass rusher in Nico DeValier. Multiple sources have told a Kings blog, Hockey Royalty, that the Kings are pursuing Buffalo winger Alex Touch. The Kings wanted a right-handed shot badly. Touch has already scored 19 goals for the Sabres. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Are you starting to feel confident that the Rams and Stafford just can't quit each other? For that matter, Haesung Kim, did you want the offense to just be there with everybody else? Or are you okay with somebody who might wind up just grounding out to the opposite side of the field time after time because he can't catch up to the fastball? And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here, whether I'm looped out on meds or not. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Cortell Queso production. Take care.